Learn about Android programming overall. So in this session, we will talk about how do we create a very basic project in Android using Android Studio. So prerequisite for this session would be that you would have already downloaded Android Studio from developer.android.com website and would have already installed all the required SDK tools so that you don't will require anything while creating the projects. So let's start directly jump into how do you create a project using Android Studio. So what we will do, we will first search for Android Studio, we will open it. In the meantime, it will show us the dialog, this kind of dialog, which will load all the behind the scenes data for Android Studio. It will open. I think what first time we will do, we will click on create new project here. Basically, which will start a predefined project template which Android Studio gives. It has a lot of options, like it can start with a no activity, with a basic activity, bottom navigation activity. Let's say it can predefine and give you some code written for Google Maps activity and lot of things. You can see what suits your purpose and then select the template. Let's go with the no activity template for in our use case. So you should also note that we have selected a phone and tablet section here instead of selecting other possible areas of Android development. Right now we will be focusing on phone and tablet development. So we have selected no activity and we will click next button here. Here are multiple options which you tell. First, the name of the application. You can give any name you want based on your use case. I will just continue with the default name, which is my application. This is the default package name where your project will reside. This is the path where your application of complete folders, all the folders of application project basically will reside. This is the language which you will be expecting the uh, say Android Studio to create the initial version of the project. So I am selecting Kotlin here. Here it tells you to select the minimum SDK version, which means what is the minimum level of API version you want to support. I will just try to go to Lollipop for now, and it also tells you general analytics data about how many once you select this version, how many maximum percent of devices you cover. Once you select API level 21, you cover approximate 94% of devices used in this world. So these are the things. You can optionally select this, but it's not necessary in the latest things, as it can provide you to use the latest places services and Jetpack libraries, which is the upcoming new things in the Android development. So we can keep it unchecked for now and then click on finish button. Once the finish button is clicked, Android Studio will in a very quick way load all the requirement dependencies for the project. It will you can see here it starts indexing your product. It starts indexing all the files auto generated for you. This is a simple tip of the day dialog which appears. You can just say close for now. In the right side you can see the things the your files are getting indexed, so that when you will try to search a file, Android Studio can easily refer to it and provide you a uh, autocomplete list of files. Also, it in addition to it, you can also see it's downloading a lot of dependencies which are required to initiate your project or basically start a project. So you can see all those things being downloaded here. You can click on this and you can see what are the things which are getting downloaded. Like it's a material library. It's all different libraries which are required to start with the project. Uh, it would take around 30 to 50 seconds based on your speed of the internet and the how good your laptop in terms of RAM and memory. Once that is done, you can see the basic structure of Android Studio. Left side you can see the project view, where you can when you click on the app, you can see three major files. One is a manifest, second is Java, and third is resources. Manifest will contain all the Android manifest files. Java will contain all the source code of your application, and res is the folder for resources which will contain all the files related to images, assets, dimension files, copy file, text files, and all those files will be part of this res folder. In Java, you will see one of the first module which is auto generated for us is com.example.myapplication. It's a default name of our application. It's empty right now because we haven't created anything, and if you remember, if you selected new activity project, which tells uh, and Android Studio to not create any of the files for the project. Okay, so this is the very basic introduction about how do you create a project. To finally end, at top bar, this is the bar which gives a lot of options for you to run the application, to select the type of emulator you want to run the application on. This is the app. This is basically the uh, configuration of your app using which the APK will be generated, and it will be installed in the emulator you have pointed by this option. This is a play button where using which you can start building your application, and then finally it will get installed into your emulator. And there are a lot of other options to explore as well, which you can go through the one after another, and then understand what all those represent. I hope you understood the basics of creating the project, and how do you run an application using the run button here, and how do you select the emulator and the configuration for your project. Keep watching the videos on this channel so that you get to know more information around Android development and Android programming as a whole. Thank you so much.